Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game, and we of course returning to a Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4 La Resistance, where we're playing as the Soviet Union, trying out the new features. So, Spanish Civil War isn't going great for us, we have to say. Let's see whether we can turn that around a little bit, or at least make the nationalist Spanish bleed a little bit for the victory over here, and pocket some army experience in the meantime. We are also still building up support for communism in Iran in particular, but also maybe a little bit in Turkey. We are currently building up the systems there, and I do think we are building up more of the stuff over here as well, shouldn't we? National coverage 82%. Yeah, I hope that that will increase over time a little bit as this spreads out here a little bit. Yeah, and we should see the support for communism flip to around 50% fairly soon, so I think that would be great. We also in Germany preparing to infiltrate the army, and I think I told you to commence that right away, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So that should be done in about 90 days or so, which isn't the worst. We can also modify our government. I'd like to add a theorist, and that is of course going to be Sukov, primarily because he does boost our research into army doctrine. So we've broken through here with our units. Let's check on that for a second. And I would like everyone except you, because you have the lowest organization, to break through into... Can you go directly here? No, we cannot. So I'd like you to come around sort of this way and hopefully do a small little encirclement here. Kick out these guys as they are coming into play. Hopefully that should work out. It's going to be difficult because these guys are being reinforced all the time. Still, our divisions are a little bit superior to theirs, so I think that's great. My apologies, I'll have to dial down the speed here a little bit. Okay, nevertheless, we are breaking through over here against most of these units, so that is going to be okay. Shaanxi being capitulating, not great, but what can we do? Right, okay, so other than that, everything should be alright. 77 days over there, that is okay. Yeah, and not that much change down there. So yeah, that's okay. NKVD primacy, that's alright. Reinforcement rate plus 5% on NKVD. Is that just... Yes. Well, reinforcement rate is super good. But I don't think we need that right now, because Lessons for War 1941 is still quite a while away. We don't really need the reinforcement rate now. I think I'd rather like to build up our systems here a little bit. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with improving the railway network. I think that will give us a nice little boost to our production of stuff. Anschluss of Austria. Interesting development there. Right, and we have broken through over here, but we are having troubles winning over here, and these guys have indeed been kicked out, so I'm not sure that this is going to work out that well for us. This is a lot of divisions after all. We are doing a decent amount of damage here with 128, which seems to be a little bit more than what they should be able to swallow, but still, that's pretty tough over here. 26%, and it just doesn't look like we're doing a lot of damage over there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do more infantry equipment. I think that's going to be useful, without doubt. By the way, what are we gaining from this specifically? No, just sort of passive bonuses. Don't think there's much that we can do down here either. So yeah, I do think we'll have to... Are the Germans done with the operations? No, 72 days. That's still quite a while away. 15%, no. Okay, this is just not going to work out. Let's pause here for a second. Maybe some of them will move out. Maybe we're going to have a lucky opportunity here. Right now it just doesn't look like that though. We're defending fairly well over here though, so that is great. On the other hand, I would like to gain some capabilities here. Okay, you're doing great now. Could you actually do offensive planning towards sort of this direction? I know this is looking super odd, but it's just gonna have to be that way. You Whoever's moving, you stop it. Okay, down here we are defending fairly well, I would say, so that is okay. And over here these guys are moving out, and they're going to be moving out in a couple of hours, so I would very much like to see you move out there. 7 hours, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Now you guys attack. You're going to go down there, which is okay, I suppose. Yeah, and then you're going to come up, back up there. 74%, now that looks much better than before. The question is, are we going to go anywhere with that, or are we just going to see? We'll have to attack into here, which is going to be extremely difficult, I believe, but we might as well try. Okay, 54% down here now. You guys should be losing fairly badly down there. 73%, yeah, it's just crazy for them to attack like that. Right, we are a little bit shy on resources. I suppose we can ask the Dutch East Indies to deliver a little bit more towards us, which is okay. One of the new features which is quite interesting, I think, is that you can use your spies to gain access to resources a little bit faster, but for the Soviets that's not really relevant. I mean, we have so much in terms of resources, that's pretty great. Right, okay, so we have made towards over here, which is okay, I suppose, and we are now attacking into this area over here. Mostly we seem to be fine, except for this division over here. We are mostly doing a lot more damage than they are, so that is good. Although I'm slightly concerned about this situation up there. How are we looking over here? Pretty great, actually, so I'm going to pick the 63rd. You guys, no, you're dug in. Okay, let's grab the other guys then, and let's move up over here. Does weaken our position here a little bit, but it does improve our position here if these guys can reinforce. Currently at 9%, they should be able to do that. Yeah, great. That's looking much better. I think you'll be doing fine over there. 34% down here. That is not looking quite as good. Yeah, our divisions are also slightly awkward in their combat width, but sometimes the game just counts divisions and doesn't. Oh, we should also be mindful about military factories here. Right, so we are producing quite a couple of tanks, which I like. Suppose we can dial that up a little bit. Fighters, I don't want to overdo it. Suppose we could do a little bit more recon planes, scout planes. Naval bombers are fine. Let's do one more into tactical bombers. And I suppose we can, in the long term, produce quite a bit of infantry equipment. We do have a lot of support equipment at this point, so let's dial down slightly on that. I think that should be okay. Right, so we are defending fairly well over here, but with the amount of forces that they've got over here, I don't think it's just not going to be viable to attack there at all. Maybe we're going to get lucky. Maybe they're going to bet a little bit. Maybe they're going to have a leap there of where they're doing something stupid. I mean, a lot of them are moving into this direction. I wouldn't mind them taking that if that means they're moving out of here and we can at least destroy these 3 divisions. Although just look at how much stuff they are bringing into bear on this side. And over here it seems we are actually losing for the first time, even though we are fairly well positioned. And up over here, yeah, well, we are doing a lot of damage though against them. So that is nice to see, but is that going to be enough, I wonder? We're looking down here, 36%. Okay, I think we have to dial this up a little bit more. Right, I mean, this is still supposed to be the pre-war period. Still, I mean, this Spanish question over here. Okay, so now that's looking more interesting down there, doesn't it? Okay, let's get you over here. You are fairly fine, I think, where you are. But let's make sure to support this attack. And just maybe, we're going to take them out there. I've kind of severe doubts, but maybe. Come on, get over there. Okay, now you're being attacked over here, and that's not looking great. Because you didn't arrive at the same time. Yeah, but now you've reinforced, so that's good. And it's starting to look a little bit better at least. Right. You're still defending over here. You guys are defending over here, but I think you're alright. Although you're under fairly heavy attack there. Yeah, well, I do need the Spanish to support our defense here a little bit more, I think. That would be extremely important. It's 4 divisions down in this pocket, which is nice. So you guys are done. Let's try to kill off the pocket, I believe, first, instead of reinforcing these lines. 45% there. They are out of supply. And we are joining in on this attack. So that should give us a big boost over here. And if we can kill them off before anyone else breaks through, that would be fairly fantastic. And some of them are looking fairly weak now, so that is nice at least. At least we have at least defeated 1 division, or 2 divisions, 3 divisions, 4 divisions. There we go. Now they've broken through over there, but they are a little too late. Right, fantastic. That was not too bad. I mean, just a small step, but still a good one. So, can we repeat that? Are we gonna micro this to hell? Well, we might as well. And you guys are super good now. Well, could try to break through over here and circle these guys at the very least. Let's try to do that. You just need to retreat. You guys are attacking. This is, well, it's 1 very good division. And it's more divisions than we have. But all the other ones are worse than ours, so... sorry, wait a minute, where are our guys? That's just 3 guys. Where are the other ones? They're not dead, I can see them. They're still around. I can see that they are still around. No, they must all be here. It's just 3 are attacking potentially and 3 are defending. Yeah, that's it. No, you shouldn't do this. Come on, let's... You know what, let's just get rid of this. You guys, offensive line, like here. I think you're also moving into down here, which is unfortunate because it means you will not be able to take them out just by going here. But it also means they're going to be a little bit more dispersed. And we are defending over here, but this is a defense that we should win fairly easily. Issue is they are pinning us down over here by doing this. On the other hand, they are losing with a very good division over there, which is nice. Good. So we've now got a couple of divisions over here that we can use. And I'm of course going to try to use them by circling around over here. I suppose one of you, and that is going to be you, just moves to up here. And one of you, which is going to be you, the best one, you're going to pin them in place so that we can at least move up into here before we do anything else. Great. Force rotation done. Fighter baiting is what we should sort of naturally do next. Is that what we're going to do? More radar would be lovely. In 1940, fighters would be excellent, but really not something that we can use right now. Naval Doctrine, we could do submarine research, which I suppose is fine. Artillery, 1939. Yeah, I think we can just jump ahead a little bit over here and do 1939 stuff. In that regard, I'm going to go ahead and start with the infantry research, because that is going to be so super useful for us. Right, okay. So our troops should be moving into here as soon as they are done with that defense. A little bit irregular, but it seems like we are defending fairly alright over here. At the same time, we are attacking into there, and that's just not going great. So you my friend who is attacking, sort of defend for now, and I think that should be okay. Whereas you can stop your attack over there. Okay, now we're being attacked from more directions over here. But all in all, I think we are in a favorable position, so that should still work out alright. Let's move you guys up here and then down there maybe on a sort of more immediate attack plan. This is a fairly good defense over here. Just look at how much we are beating them. We are beating them by 10-1, I think, in damage dealt, except for this one division, which has a fairly good template. And these guys down here are losing organization while they are attacking us, which means that us attacking them is going to be much easier. Right. Okay. That defense up there looks a little bit tedious. Looks a little bit too weak for me. So let's try to send someone over there and support that at the very least. Where are you guys going? Okay, you're going over there. You should at least support this attack over here. Okay, now we've got two guys over here. Both of them are defending. That's great. One of them is very good, but very low on organization as well. So hopefully we'll be able to break through over there. This defense is looking nice. Well, I mean, our guys are super low on organization, but still. Okay, come on, just support this attack, please. I would really love you to break through. We are defending up here. Ah. Nationalist victory. Well, too bad. We sort of knew that could happen. But yeah, there we go. We did learn quite a bit in terms of army experience there. And we can now accelerate time here a little bit more. Right, operatives, you are still requiring 30 days over there. You are still at 37. You know what? I think at 40%, we're going to go for it and initiate a coup in Iran. I think that's going to be very fun. Right, so, do we need to do anything over here? Chief of Army, Tank Designer. Tank Designer is something that I missed. Aircraft Designer would be lovely. Material Designer? Ooh, we don't have a Material Designer. Yeah, let's go for... This is just research speed, not any other benefit. So I don't think we necessarily need that. Political Advisor then? We could go for Captain of Industry. I think that would be the best choice that we've got over here. High Command then? Concealment, close air, no. None of that is really required. Chief of Air Force, Chief of Army, Maneuver. Yeah, it would be nice. Recruitable population increase would also be nice, but really we do have 6 million people in reserve, so again I don't think that's something that we need. Let's build up more infrastructure and all of that. Speaking of, we are already improving our rail network, so that's great. Good. 70 days there. Volunteer forces have returned home. Let's make sure to grab you guys and just bring you back together with these guys here basically. So that should be okay. Right. Does anyone need training or anything? No, not really. Looking good. Oh, wait, what was that? You guys. And you know what? I think I also saw over here, these guys were regulars. And now that this has been done, I think what we can do is edit this here, because this has a combat width of 24, which is sort of a little bit awkward. Let's bring that down to 20. I think that's fine. Support artillery engineers is fine. Do we want to do a recon thing? And the recon things do work a little bit different now. You can do cavalry, you can do motorized or light armored, or armored. And all of them give fairly different benefits and all of that. All of them do give a flat bonus to movement though, so that's nice. So there's no difference there. You're gonna give a little bit more breakthrough. Not quite as much. No, soft attack is pretty much the same on all of them, it looks like. Reconnaissance value is slightly different though. It's going to be slightly higher with armored, with an armored complement. Although that of course does mean you're using armored cars, 24 of them. You are using light tanks, 24 of them, and you are using motorized equipment for 20 of them. Huh, curious. Right, so that being said, you probably do give very different hardness and piercing armor 5. Armor 5 is actually fairly interesting. Well, on the other hand, piercing, so that would mean that a normal unit couldn't pierce you if you've got armored recon companies. That is huge. That is a big game changer actually, guys, because if you cannot pierce someone, you have enormous differences in the damage done. So just by adding 24 light tanks, you basically get quite a bit of a boost there. What does it change though other than that? Reconnaissance is only 1. Reconnaissance on light armored cars is much higher than that. Interesting development there. Your supply use is pretty much the same, interestingly enough. So that's not much different. Breakthrough? Breakthrough would increase, and breakthrough would be a very lovely stat for you to have a little bit more of. It's a little bit weird to put light armored cars on a mountain division, but I kind of like the idea. Just how many of these would we need? I would just barely have enough for that. We could of course also just take the cavalry recon, and even that would give us a little bit more reconnaissance. It wouldn't give us anything in terms of armor though. Well, this doesn't really give us anything in terms of armor either. But reconnaissance would be much better with the light armored cars. And these are sort of our elite units, so you know what? We are going to use that. Why not? Let's use it. I like it. Also down to 20 combat with. That potentially means we might be able to train a little bit more. Do we need that to take over? No, we were just over that before. Okay, so we can't really change that around this way. Right, let's go for air doctrine bonus. Why not? I don't think we need to care about bonus on the other things that much. But what we can do is actually do build this up here with a second torpedo room. And we are going to call that... Well, these are lovely names, aren't they? Lininet subs. Stalinet subs. Famous leaders. No, we're going to go for certainly Stalinet subs. And we're going to call that sub 1 just so that we identify that this is actually our template here. So let's build up a couple of these guys. Switch this around. Go back to 1. And up like that. And you're going to be deployed in Leningrad. Fine, fantastic. Good stuff there. Right, and I think what we can do is ask you guys here to stop actually your training. Potentially need some repairs and stuff as well. Yeah, and you're fairly experienced now, so that's okay. Can we train up anyone else though? Well, we do have the fuel, you know, so why not do that? Okay, we've got a couple of submarines over here. What kind of fleet is this? This is stupid. It's combining subs with like heavy cruisers. This is nonsense. Okay, let's grab these guys and assign it towards you. And you can also train up, please. Talented new officers, great. Where you guys, you are up over here, you are training up, that's nice. And you know what, you guys can train up as well. Don't really think the other guys are going to be that important for our warfare. You are Far Eastern submarines, yes you are. Let's go ahead and do some exercises with you as well. Great, so far so good. How then are we looking in terms of the stuff down here? Okay, fairly close. Oh, and you're finished and we didn't get any information. Nevertheless, that's okay. Really dislike this part of it really should tell you when that is done. Right, and that should at least give us a little bit more information about the German army. Well, there we go. It doesn't really give us a lot of information. Nevertheless, we do know that the number of divisions is somewhere around 50-ish. That they have deployed around 600,000 in terms of manpower. This is weird. Remember, we are playing with super big bonuses to Germany. So, interesting. They've certainly researched a little bit, but... Factories, 40 military factories, so they are building up them like crazy. And 80 civilian factories. Oh, because I think that's because they also got Austria. So that's probably the big jump there. We certainly have now more civilian factories than we have. So they might snowball out of control a little bit. We should also think a little bit about our radar installations and what we can do in that regard. So I think one of them in Leningrad would be lovely. And I think one in Crimea would also be nice. Probably we do need to do something in between. Smolensk is probably going to be an important city, so let's move that up towards over here. Sort of think like that is okay. So we're finishing this and then we are spending sort of 50% of our resources on building up these radar installations, or just sort of half of that. That's around about a fifth of our total resources that we've got in that regard. So that's okay, I suppose. Right, how are we looking over here? Yeah, we are getting these bonuses, which is nice, and that should give us also some detection bonuses and all of that. It's a pity that we lost down here, but I think that's okay. That being said, we are very close to 40% over here. So I think we are going to very soon kick off in Iran. Oh, some of you are not doing anything, are you? Yeah, you're just doing counterintelligence. And could I kindly ask you to continue building the spy network in Turkey, which is down to 0 again, obviously. Whereas you're the German one, aren't you? Yeah, you're going to boost the Intel network in Germany as well. Yeah, and that is going to increase fairly rapidly. So that's nice. Yeah, and soon we're going to kick the coup off in Iran, start a civil war down there, support that as much as we can, and then try to boost the overall situation down there a little bit. If we do get Iran into our camp, that would be fairly lovely, because I think that would mean we are getting another operative, and then we can snowball out of control a little bit faster. But let's see about that. That being said, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and all of that, and I see you around next time.